Ladies and gentlemen, today we are ranking every single version of Double Tap based off of the game it is in, from World at War to Black Ops 3 and obviously Black Ops 6. So coming in our last place spot, this is actually going to be the Double Tap featured in Black Ops 6. Now, before all the Black Ops 6 fanboys go all crazy at me, I want to say that I'm going to be ranking the BO6 version of Double Tap without augments and with augments. And obviously, this variation of Double Tap is going to be without augments. Now, this isn't even my opinion. This is just statistics, okay? Black Ops 6's version of Double Tap only increases the fire rate of your weapon by 25%. That is already lower than the version of Black Ops 1's 33%. And so to me, I think that is a massive grounds for this being put at the last place for Black Ops 6's Double Tap, just because it already is more expensive than the version in Black Ops 1 at the base price of Double Tap being $2,500, where it could potentially scale upwards of over 7,000 points for only a 25% increase on the fire rate. Now, again, I do think it gives you quite a lot of points on Black Ops 6, but that is the main issue. And honestly, the nail in the coffin for me is that if you're not playing on Shattered Veil, you will not be able to access Double Tap without Gobblegums until round 25 in the Wonder Fizz. And for me, by then, on a lot of those other Black Ops 6 Zombies maps, you've already got the Wonder Weapon, and you genuinely don't even need to have Double Tap at that point. So to me, the base version of Black Ops 6's Double Tap is by far the worst version of Double Tap that we have yet to see. Now, coming into our next spot here, this is actually going to be the Black Ops 1 variation of Double Tap. Now, the reason why I'm putting the Black Ops 1 variation here is, while yes, this is the exact same version as the World at War version, again, it is slightly better than the BO6 base variant. It's 500 points cheaper. It could even be like 6,000 points cheaper. And as well, it can literally do a ton more fire rate, being about 8% more, going from a 25% to 33%. Now, the reason I'm putting Black Ops 1 below World at War here is because Black Ops 1 has so many other perks that overshadow the original Double Tap 1.0. And while yes, it doesn't give you 2 times the bullet per shot like Double Tap 2.0 does, on Black Ops 1 Ascension, you don't even have Double Tap in that map, right? It gets so overshadowed by Stamina Up and PhD being so much more incredible in terms of their power. And again, you have Mule Kick that people like running as well. You even, I even see people running Deadshot Daiquiri on Call of the Dead more than Double Tap. Like, if you ask people to tell you where Double Tap is on Call of the Dead, they aren't even going to be able to figure it out. And so, to me, I think that genuinely solidifies why I believe Double Tap in this game is probably even worse than World at War. And it's also just because on a lot of Black Ops 1 Zombies maps, you see a lot of different people running circles around each of the Zombies maps. And by that point, you don't really need Double Tap. The whole idea of Double Tap is kind of speeding up the gameplay. I will give Black Ops 6 that, because the fire rate is sped up and the game is already sped up with like the Rampage Inducer or whatnot, it does feel a lot better. But to me, Black Ops 1 does slightly beat out the BO6 version without augments. Now, coming obviously up into our next spot is actually going to be, of course, the very first map where Double Tap was originally introduced in. Ladies and gentlemen, that is World at War. Now, for World at War, again, this was the game that you were constantly camping on. Nocturne Totem obviously didn't have perks, but Varrock you're camping, Shino Numa you're camping, unless you're doing the solo strategy, and then obviously Derice you're camping on the catwalk. And I feel like this is where Double Tap shined more, because when you're not really running around in circles, you want to make sure that the zombies die much faster. The biggest issue is that ultimately, if you miss any bullets with Double Tap, it is going to cost you severely because of the increased fire rate. And so honestly, The main meta in this game also was just LMGs, and I think that is why most people preferred double tap in World at War as opposed to BO1, even though they literally play the exact same across these games. And also, I feel like on a lot of the BO1 maps, double tap is quite hard to find. Like I said, like Call of the Dead double tap, it's like at the back of the most random part of the map. Shangri-La, it's random. On Moon, also, I mean, nobody's really going for double tap, right? So it just makes sense as to why I believe the World at War version is just slightly better. Now, coming into these spots, I think you can definitely make an argument that these spots are definitely interchangeable in terms of their variation of double tap. But ladies and gentlemen, the next spot for me is actually going to be Black Ops 3. Now, the reason I put Black Ops 3's double tap 2.0 here is, while yes, it does make 2 bullets per every bullet that you shoot, it does make sniper rifles that much more enjoyable and usable. I think the only reason I have to put it below the other games is because AATs exist in this game. If you don't know what AATs are, that's what you're seeing right now with the fireworks, turn, dead wire, blast furnace. Those upgrades for your gun pretty much made double tap useless, apart from one aspect that, if you do say this, I would probably have to agree with you. Double tap with the death machine was absolutely phenomenal. On Black Ops 1, if you have double tap with the death machine, it doesn't matter. The death machine is still going to be trash past like round 25. But the death machine in BO3 is so unbelievably broken that if you do not have double tap, it's going to be difficult for you to be using the death machine past like round 80 without double tap 2.0. And that's where arguably you could even say that with the death machine, double tap 2.0 on BO3 is actually the best variant we've yet to see. But to be quite honest, you do see a lot of strategies on Black Ops 3 into the higher rounds where you don't see people running double tap, or it's just part of Perkaholic, right, where people just sort of pick it up, but it's not like a main perk. And so again, it is absolutely incredible in the BO3 version. It is the exact same as BO2, but just because of that fact of AATs and also the death machine, I don't know, I feel like you don't necessarily need double tap 2.0 as much as you do in our next two spots. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think you guys are going to be quite excited about this one. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 2 spot for double tap is actually going to be Black Ops 6 with the augments. Now, again, the augments are a massive game changer because you can go from 25% double tap fire rate all the way up towards 50%. And technically, because of the way that the Black Ops 6 system works, you can actually make an argument that this version of double tap makes your guns the best out of all of the games. And so it's crazy how it literally goes from being the worst version of double tap without augments to being the best once you're able to equip them. Now, there is an incredible YouTuber named by Donuts who actually made such a great little chart here that I'm gonna pop up, and it shows how double tap in Black Ops 6 increases the rate of fire by 25%, including wonder weapons and hand cannons, and it shows each of the augments and what they do. Unfortunately, most of the augments, as you can see here, don't include wonder weapons, explosives, or the hand cannon, or even equipment. However, double time and double jeopardy, I would say, are probably two of the most powerful because it's able to have an insta-kill, and you're also able to double the rate of fire pretty much to 44%, which, like I said, is massive. I definitely think this is probably the best augment on this side, and then probably double impact if you are running ARs. Now, my biggest issue with BO6 double tap is, while yes, it works with a lot of weapons, including the ray gun, and it's really good, my only issue is that it does not solve the problem with sniper rifles. And what I mean by that is there's still an issue with penetration in Black Ops 6, where the penetrative bullets don't actually go as far into the horde as they should. And I believe that is where double tap 2.0 from Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2 do it better. And I think that's mainly a systematic issue. Now, you can see here how insane double tap is when I'm just spam firing it here, and it's literally able to save me. But the issue is, the main issue, it's not making 2 bullets per 1 bullet that I shoot, just like the BO3 version and just like the BO2 version. While yes, there is an incremental damage increase, unless you're running the LR762 explosive sniper rifle like I'm running here, you're not going to be able to do penetration damage, which I think is a massive miss with double tap. And honestly, again, everything works out well. There's a lot of different ways that you can run it, but still, there's pretty much no way that you're going to want to ever run a sniper rifle that just does penetration damage, because it's only going to take out 2 to 3 zombies. Whereas on Black Ops 3 with the Drakon, or Black Ops 2 with the SVU with double tap 2, you're literally able to go insane and just spam through all of the hordes. And I think that's probably the main thing that I'm missing from this. And again, also, you have to be hitting crits as well for a lot of the augments to go off. But statistically, let's talk about it. This is probably the best version of double tap because it can bring your weapons to high rounds. I would say Black Ops 3's Death Machine with double tap 2.0 is probably stronger to probably push you farther, because again, you're not really going to be always running a bullet gun up into those really, really high rounds. But ladies and gentlemen, I do think double tap is great in this game, but I don't think it's absolutely a necessity like our #1 spot here. And ladies and gentlemen, I feel like you guys already know what it is. This is the GOAT double tap 2.0 from Black Ops 2. Again, this perk is so unbelievably powerful on Black Ops 2 because of a myriad of different reasons. Number one, it makes 2 bullets per bullet shot. And again, a lot of the weapons in this game are weaker, and you do see a lot of people gravitating to double tap 2.0 even before getting Jug or Quick Revive, which in my opinion goes to show that on this game, it still is the best variation of double tap, because it's just such a necessity to have to just play with the game. And so obviously, I also like double tap 2.0 because it's able to do a massive difference in terms of the damage, as well as the different tech in the game. Like with the Ray Gun Mark II, you're able to spam it and be able to jump a lot. It's able to be useful with pistols, sniper rifles, whereas I feel like it's only good with certain weapon types on Black Ops 6. But ladies and gentlemen, that is me ranking every single version of double tap. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this list, and I'll see y'all in that next one.